This is Mr. Lee with part 2 of our video on similar right triangles. So let's say we have this right triangle, triangle ABC. And if we drop an altitude from vertex B to the hypotenuse AC, let's label this point D. We learned that the altitude BD is the geometric mean of AD and DC. Okay. But more importantly, we learned that there are 3 triangles here. There's the original triangle, which is the biggest right triangle. There's this medium triangle, and there's this tiny triangle, which is also a right triangle. All 3 triangles are similar to each other. So now that we know that we have 3 similar triangles, we know that there's a whole lot of proportions that hold true. So if I could just deconstruct these triangles for a second, I would have this triangle here, ADB, this triangle here, DBC, and I would have the original triangle, ABC. Well, the hypotenuse of the medium triangle is here. This is the long leg, and this is the short leg. For the little triangle, this is the hypotenuse, this is the long leg, this is the short leg. For the biggest triangle, the one that just looks like this, this is the hypotenuse, this is the long leg, and this is the short leg. And now that we've labeled all of these, we know that the ratio of corresponding parts is equal to the ratio of corresponding parts to any of the other triangles. It doesn't matter which way you go. So for example, you could set up a proportion that is the hypotenuse of the medium. If we want to compare the medium triangle and the smallest triangle, let's say that the hypotenuse over the hypotenuse is equal to, oh, I don't know, let's go short leg over short leg. And how else could we write that? Well, the hypotenuse of this is BC over the hypotenuse over this is AB is equal to the short leg, BD, over the short leg, AD. That's just one of the proportions that holds true. And there's many other proportions that you could set up. You could, for example, instead of doing corresponding parts in one ratio, you could do something like the short leg of the big triangle is to the long leg of the big triangle. Short leg is to the long leg as the, let's go with the little triangle, the short leg of the little triangle is to the long leg of the little triangle. So how would we rewrite this? Well, the short leg of the big triangle is AB over the long leg of the big triangle is BC is equal to the short leg of the tiniest triangle is AD, and the long leg of this triangle is DB. So that's another proportion you could set up. So there's many, many different proportions that you could set up. Okay, hope this helps. See you in class.